Alright, well, let's get cracking here. Got the hot glue gun. We've got our bits of ship. We're going to get rocking with this thing. So, let's pop off the top because we are cutting holes. And we got a bunch of miniatures in here, which are going to be our undead pirates of this blessed ship. But, until then, where did I drop there? We are going to be putting in the windows. So, let's get right on and get to it. So, now this little bead is coming off. I'm going to have to glue him back on. These are our windows we made out of just some beads that I found lying around my house. And I think they're going to be fun. Definitely could have 3D printed them, but... Hello! Hi! How you guys doing? We are right now live on TikTok, live on YouTube. So, you're so talented, very inspired indeed. Oh, thank you so much for Veronica. I appreciate that. And we're just going to be popping off these windows, and we're going to be gluing them on. So, I'm going to take the masks off, because they're removable, and I don't want to get them busted along the way. And our top cannons can pop off. So, we want to cut right into this area here, so I'm going to go there, and I'm going to prop this up. So let's grab, oops, sorry about that. Ooh, prop that up so that I can see what I'm doing when I cut holes for the windows. So let's grab a pencil and get in there. Alright, that's a good height. I like that. Ah! Dropping all over the place. So, there. Right about there. Now, I could use the hot wire on it, but I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that yet. But until then, I should, because I'm going to need to do some window stuff, which is, I'm going to need wood. I will need the wood. So, I'm going to plug in my hot wire cutter. We're going to get to it. Always feel free to ask questions. I always try to get to them. Like, XPS foam, you know it. That is correct. It's all just XPS foam. Some dollar store foam core in there as well. Now, this might be a little bulky for this cut, so let's get an X-Acto knife. And to start hacking up. There we go. Put in some windows. There we go. Pop, pop. Oh, there we go. Oh, thanks for the follow. Holy shit. Well, funny that you say this. This is probably going to be more like an unholy ship, but there we go. And those are going to fit right in there. And then we'll frame out the inside of the windows a little bit, probably. But that's going to go right on there. And I think we could probably just straight up glue that on. I don't know if I want... I don't think I want to inset it, actually, too much. So we're just going to put a little hot glue right up on this thing. A little on the top there. And in goes the window. Nice. The first captain's galleon. How'd you make the windows? Well, this is granny grid from the dollar store. It's just like that stuff that you, I don't know, yarn looping thing, I don't know. And then these are just beads, some random beads I had found laying around my house that I thought would be cool windows. So this next one, I think I'm just gonna eyeball it. It's pretty straightforward. Ooh. It is hard to keep this balanced. Alright, till about there. Bust the window. There we go. Thank you. Appreciate it. Oh, is that Mad Bams? Hi, Maddie. I didn't read the username. Let's see. I usually had a piece of plasticine under here to help this thing from spinning. There we go. Okay, it's almost secure. Oh, there's it go. Lost the bead. So, gotta glue this bead back on. Hey. I tell my friends not to watch me on TikTok. It's embarrassing. But I don't have any music on, guys, because YouTube. I'm also streaming on YouTube, I get banned. They're like, hey, you don't have copyrights to that thing. So sorry about the no music. I could hum for you if you'd like, but I don't think anyone would like that. Could give you more running commentary on how this is going. So right now we're just gluing on the captain's windows that we made out of bead and granny gradle that we found at the dollar store. Drink, because every time I say dollar store, it's a game. Only if it's Pirates of the Caribbean. Watch, even that I'll get taken. Alright, rocking and rolling. So yesterday I took a little break from the ship and we built a portal, which was really fun, and I'm making a video on that and some cool things around that. I won't share anymore, but so took a little break from the pirate ship, because the pirate ship has been quite the build. It is probably to date the largest, most time consuming build I've ever done. And I said I'd do it for 200,000 follows, and you guys blew past that. So I'm so grateful. Here I am building the sheep. I'm building the sheep. Trying to keep that steam going. Well, if you have a drink and you're watching this, yes, it is a thing now. Every time someone asks me if I I should have my own game. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, and it's somebody's going to the dollar store somewhere. Oh, boom! Oh, drink. You guys are gonna have a blast on this live. Not because you're watching my crafting, but because of how much I say dollar store. Alright, so we're just slapping on these windows that we made out of beads and granny grid. Yeah. Getting that captain vibe. I can glue this bead right to the hull. And honestly, there's a lot of things like I don't know about ships, so this isn't like correct, and this isn't based off something. This is like I was reading a list of ideas that you guys wanted me to do, and pirate ship was on there, and I was like, to my wife, my beautiful wife, I said, hey, what should I make? And she was just skimming the list, and then she started screaming, pirate ship, pirate ship, pirate ship. So obviously we did that, and you guys were like also saying pirate ship, but yeah, that kind of sealed the deal for me. So here we are, building a pirate ship. Oh, sorry, did I miss something? Oh. I see. Back to the dollar store. Yeah, that's totally fair. Alright. Alright. Things are rolling around down there. Rolling in the deep. Alright. I'm going to make the bottom of this a little bit bigger. There we go. Yeah. What's inside? Oh, what's rolling around inside, or like what's actually in there? Because it's cannons is what's rolling around in there, and it does have an inside. I guess the cannons is the question, is what you're asking. So I'll show you here, because now, there we go. We got our captain's quarters windows. I'm gonna get rid of this thing because I don't need a spinning table. So if we pop the top off here, we've got all the cannons inside. So these cannons are gonna pop out the cannon holes and shoot as the bed goes. Unsurprisingly inside. Woo! You thought this was just a regular build. Psych! Fun surprise. Now, I might have cut that window a little low, so we might have to just patch it in or cover it with a window, but we'll figure it out. Alright. So, we're going to do some... I want to frame in all of these windows because they look just like straight up holes in the wall, which is kind of dumb. So, but with a brief intermission of what is this? It's a glowing portal. Yeah, we finished it yesterday, except it's not finished because I've got to put flocking on it. But check it out. I thought this was pretty cool. It glows. So, you know how it looks all pretty like this? We were figuring out last time on the live. What? Yeah, because these lights were not made like a string. They have these strings. So you had to glue it all in like that. But you would never tell from this side. So, and also, I don't know if I can kill enough lights for you guys to see the effect, but we ended up on a glowing blue. You can kind of just start to see it there. I know the camera's hard to pick up, but yeah, I thought this portal turned out pretty cool. And the light is from the dollar store. Boom! Drink. So yeah, anyway, that's your brief intermission there. Fun little portal. It was on there. But now we're gonna get back to the project at hand, if I can find the light switch. So we're gonna get this ship done. We're gonna do it. We are gonna do it. There we go. There's all the light. Let me switch that off. Put him in the Hall of Crafts. Now I've got to get some thin foam because we want to, and actually that's almost a good width for it, but I'll show you here. And I actually just got this. I'm gonna do a video on it, but I just got the Shifting Lands Proxon a guide cutter for my thing. So yeah, I've got this beauty, glued it up all together. I'm super pumped. And it came with the column cutters. I'll show you guys that stuff later. I was having a blast playing around with some columns, so you know some temple stuff's coming. Like, and Dave has 50 hours. You sound like that. I like that. Oh, I appreciate it. But yeah, anyway, you know we're gonna get some temple stuff in there. But anyway, Shifting Lands Proxon guide. It's got the sweet handle. It's awesome. So I'm going to be using that off here. It's going to be showing up in all my videos. But we're going to need to take this strip and make it a little bit thinner, I think. Yeah, because it's going to be the trim on a bunch of stuff. So I'm just going to quickly zip it through here and get a nice thin strip, and then I'm going to show you some wood texturing, and it's going to be a grand old time. So there we go. Yeah, Temple Ruin build, that's going to be sweet. Alright, so we got our hot wire cutter all formed up, and we're going to just start ripping this into little, well, we're going to start texturing it. So we are just adding some wood texture here. And oh, thanks so much, Kevbot. Appreciate it. We are having some fun with this strip, and we're texturing up some wood. This is going to be what I'm going to frame in probably all the windows and the cannon holes. And then we are getting seriously close to being done with this hull, except for, like, you know, rope details. So probably we want to put a bunch of, like, little ropes. And I think I've got some beads, and I kind of like this idea that the beads are having. I've got some beads that we can stick on areas, kind of like, you know, rope tie-offs and things, add a little bit of detail, but nice and easy. So yeah, so those are going to be what we're getting into. All right, so now that I've got that, sorry, you got to be careful with your hot wire. I'm going to just take it over to the Proxon and cut thin strips. I'm not going to bother moving the whole camera over because that's a lot, but I will show you the aftermath of it. So just going to be ripping down the wood we just textured up. Oopsie. So we get this nice thin little strip. And oh, thanks for the follows, guys. Appreciate that. Oh, thank you. We're just gonna, yeah, so now that we got this piece, we're just gonna start framing these little holes. So let's grab our knife, start cutting some right angles. Excuse me. And start measuring out. And I guess we could tip this thing. I really need to have something to prop this up. Let's grab some extra foam just so that we can look at it like this. Right there. If you give it a little crease, it just snaps right off. And then I'm probably just going to make a bunch of these because they're all square. But how long have you been doing this for? I have been doing this for 2.5 years now. So, not particularly long, I don't think. As opposed to people that have been doing, I know some guys that have been doing it since they're like super young, like, you know, they're teenagers. But unfortunately, I did not. I wish I had been doing it since then, but all you can do is start now. Where did you get the styrofoam from? I get the styrofoam from the hardware store, and I know you were waiting for it because sometimes I get my foam from the dollar store. And the foam core I get from the dollar store, so the board stuff. But the hardware store, it's just insulation foam. So yeah, that's literally it. It's the stuff that you use to heat your house. Alright, so let's go ahead and glue these on here. Just gonna lay some around the hole. Grab our little edge pieces and just start tacking them on. And that's already a nice level of finesse that we're looking for out of a ship, a tall ship of war. Don't listen to the accent. There we go. I like it. Better go pour a drink. It's only well, it's only midday for you. Probably not going to sell any of these. Just because the amount of time it takes to make them is so crazy, the amount that I would have to pay would be insane if I gave myself even a halfway decent wage. And yeah, so no, this is for fun, for content, for learning, for sharing, for promotional stuff too. Like, yeah, I've got some promotional stuff you can do with it too. So yeah, it's just not feasible for commission unless either the build's really easy or the price is really high. So one of the two. But I have yet to see either. There we go. Another hole ready. Oh, thanks for the follow, Andrea. And I'm glad you like it. So we're getting into the tedious stuff. So now that we've got all the structure stuff, it's for those finicky details. It's gonna set this ship apart. So there we go. There is nothing quite like crafting. Nice! Look at that. That's what I like to see. Ha! You get that? Like to see. It's like this ship all the way to sea. You guys ever watch Chicken Run? I love that movie. I love stop motion animation and Aardman Studios, and honestly, it's probably subconsciously why I got into miniatures. Well, I mean, I only got into miniatures when I was 25. 25? 26? 25? 26? Something like that. But as a kid, I always loved that kind of stuff, and I always tried to do stop motion animation with plasticine. I would always try, but it's so hard when you don't have the right equipment. And now that I'm an adult, and you always see those TikToks that are like, now that I have adult money, I can waste it on all of these, whatever things, and that's exactly what happened to me. My lovely wife keeps me in check because I would be on the streets with my hobby gear, but still, yeah, keeps me wise. We're a good team, but yeah, so that is so true with me. Oh, that was really hot. I'm going to get a hot glue gun that has just a bit lower of a heat setting. This one's just one for all, and I think it's 120 watts, which can melt the foam. It's never a problem because usually, where you put the glue, something else is going over top, so it still is fine. But just for my own, But if you guys got any questions, always feel free to shoot. I am over on YouTube Live as well, so if you wanted a different angle of that, or you wanted to follow along, or you were coming in late and you missed it, do you believe I can do miniatures? I try, but I'm not very artistic. I believe anyone can do miniatures. I believe it's a very beginner-friendly hobby. You can always go crazy with things, obviously, but you can, here, I'll show you this here. This is building terrain, and this is fun, and it looks cool. Is it complicated? Absolutely not. This is a very basic, ruined wall. But, this is where you start. And then you grow from there, and you try new things, and you experiment, and, I don't think stacking bricks on top of each other is incredibly artistic, you definitely can get with some of this stuff, but where does moss grow? It grows in the cracks. So I definitely think that anyone can do miniatures, absolutely. you just have to be okay with, well, I mean, not failure, because you never really fail at something. It's just, you just keep making, and if you've got, I think a good imagination is really where it happens. But it doesn't even have to be a good imagination, because you can just, you can go on Pinterest and find a tower and be like, I want to make that tower. And so, well, there you go. So, no, I think miniatures can be for anyone. It's patience. You will have to have patience. So if you're one to get frustrated easily over finicky things, maybe not, but maybe it's an opportunity for you to grow. Miniatures loves to teach you all kinds of things. And that is the last window on this side. I think that's looking pretty good. You're welcome, Papa Caps. Of course. And there's a great community that's there to help you all along the way. Alright, let's flip this bed booty around. And we're going to do this side. Now I might have to magnet this down or bend it a little bit so that crack isn't so big. That seam isn't as smooth as the other side, but we'll fix it. It's no problem. That's no problem. Cool. Alright, so running out of this stuff, so I'm going to grab my hot wire and my little strip. I'm just going to texture it like some wood. That's exactly what we've done for this entire ship. So for this ship, when I base coat it, I'm definitely going with a brown base coat with the Mod Podge. I've always done black. Black paint and Mod Podge, but with a build this big, we're going to double time it, because the base coat of this is definitely got to be brown. The whole thing is made out of wood. So, yeah. I'm looking forward to getting some paint on this thing and seeing how it's going to look. But really, the time-consuming part I find is all the little details you add in. All the little windows, the little spindles, and the whole thing. So, alright, I'm going to quickly rip this down over on the Peroxon. Get a nice thin strip of wood. And I'm using my, just got it in today, Shifting Lands Peroxon guide. And I got an arch jig and a pillar jig. So you know that temple ruin's on its way. You know it's coming. Alright. I know this isn't the most glamorous part of the build. I wish I was always showing you guys the crazy stuff. But, hopefully, we're getting to it. This is all the little stuff that makes a build come together. So I'm just going to use this. But I love answering your questions and being able to talk to you guys while I'm doing it. It is fun. It is good fun for me. So if you guys got any questions, always feel free. This is all just XPS foam. It's the stuff that you use to insulate your house. And actually, in Europe, they have green foam, which is a lot harder and a lot better for carving, which is why I'm kind of jealous. I think if I go professional miniaturing, I might have to move to like Sweden or somewhere over there, so that I can have easy access. I know actually some guys that will import it in, but I don't know how much that would cost. It'd probably just be easier to relocate, So, yeah. All right, let's start slapping on these frames here. We're gonna get this thing done. It's gonna be good. Because after this, I'm trying to think of what goes next. I mean, we got to get the sails on and stuff. Figure out what we want to do for that. But it's just a lot of rope tying on that one, I think. There we go. Painting up some cannons. Cannon fodder. Yeah. Oh yeah. Welcome. That should be all, you know, I'm the fantasy forger, right? So I'm blacksmithing miniatures. Blacksmithing villager. Forgers. Forging your fantasy. I don't know what kind of accent that is. But, you know, I like doing voices. It's fun. I think my kids are probably going to enjoy it. Can't wait to play Dungeons and Dragons with kids someday. I feel like that would be so much fun. Do any of you guys have kids? Who here watching's got kids? Oh, okay, so Matt says that biggest area crafting area. Very true. Very true. Sorry, I just saw the YouTube comments. I'm live streaming on YouTube as well. I'm just gonna put these on here before it cools and then read another comment here. There we go. And then Kate says, so glad I caught this. I've been checking for lives on TikTok but for ages, but I keep missing them. Well, all of this is on YouTube, so. Christy's 3 kids. Whoo! Sorry, did I get it right? Christy or I did Christy. 3 kids. Woo! And do you miniature or do you enjoy the spectatorship? Either is totally acceptable. With 3 kids, I can't imagine. That is great. But I'm sure that is a lot going on. How much do you pre-plan a build? Do you sketch it out or just see where it takes you? I am always the see where it takes you kind of guy. I had 0 plan for this thing. I had done a quick sketch, and I have a general idea of what a ship looks like, but that is it. Pokemon, I have 2, both in Pokemon. Oh, you got them both. Oh, nice. You got your kids into Pokemon and Avatar. Amazing. That is how you do it. That is how you do it. If you can't make friends, make friends. Yeah, gotta get into miniatures myself. And once I do, I'm sure my daughters will want to join in. Oh, I'm sure they will. But it's sure you hear the kids aren't stopping your hobby. Oh, I don't have kids. They're not going to stop the hobby. I mean, I say that now, but I don't think I could stop miniaturing. But I want to bring them into it, and I want to make things for them so that I can use my hobbies to engage with my kids. You know, so yeah, it's gonna be fun. And you know, then I'll just make my videos in the wee hours of the night in my basement or something. So it'll work out. There we go. We got one more, and framing windows will be done. And again, I sporadically will jump into an accent, so I apologize. I don't know what it is. I could get into a lot of trouble, but yes. All right. So there we go. All right. But yeah, and I like to come up with adventures. I think it'd be fun to take your kids through a story you made up. It's ADHD apparently. Oh, yeah, for real. Actually, I'm going to get tested, so we'll see if that's just me. Could be me. Yeah, the accent has it. I have it. I can't imagine being where or what you think, or when I say things, whether people actually follow it sometimes, because sometimes my brain moves faster than my mouth. But I'm sure that happens to everyone too. So go. Last window. Or maybe I get bored with my own voice, so I just start talking weird. All right. There we go. Okay, so pull these out. And all right. So flip this around. We've got our portholes in. Now, I think what I said was I wanted to have little shutters on them. So little port shutters. So I'm just going to cut off a nice thin little slice of this styrofoam to make into cannon hole covers. Is that a thing? So anyway, there we go. So we're going to take this, and that is going to be it's a bit wide. We could actually trim it down and have it the exact width we want, and then we'll be good to go. So I'm going to set my Proxon. I'm not moving the camera back to the Proxon and back again. This is a pretty straightforward cut. So I don't think there's any need to put you through that. There we go. And that is going to be a good cannon hole size. And they're going to be up. I'm going to just glue them up like the shutters are going to just be constantly up. I think that's fair. You know, I don't think it's integral to, you know, a D&D campaign that you can't imagine them shut or closed, so yeah. And actually, before I start chopping these up, I should texture it, because that'd be easier, wouldn't it? So, and I'm just going to lay it down for this, and just use I'm just using my foam cutter to just drag along. I could use a steel brush. I know people use steel brushes a lot, and it's actually pretty much, I only ever heard of people doing steel brushes to make the wood texture for miniatures on styrofoam. So I don't want to say that I'm sure other people have come up with it before me, but I never saw any videos online or anything about it, so I kind of came up with this to the best of my knowledge. But yeah, I'm just dragging it out, and then some couple of benefits to this is that when you do it, you're not getting a lot of like dust. So a lot of dust flies up from using the steel brush, as well as this foam is very elastic. So comparatively to, like I said, the one like the green foam in Europe, it's very rigid, and when you press it down, it stays down. But ours is very elastic. And so when you use the steel brush on it, it carves out these little thin little lines, which is what you want wood. But then it kind of like, I don't know, when you paint it, absorbs paint, it kind of like sponges back up. And I'm not a big fan of how it comes out. It does look a little bit more realistic maybe, but I'm not going for realism with my builds. I love the character and the kind of the fantasy style that hopefully is apparent in my builds. So I used to make paper play sets for my daughters, and then she was little. I made SpongeBob house. Oh, that's awesome! I'm sure you should. Fan of D&D stream? Any D&D streams? Same. Oh, thanks, Matt. Appreciate it. Sorry, just catching up on the comments. I don't know about any D&D streams. I don't have piles of time to consume content so much. I do listen to I'll listen to Critical Role's podcast when I'm mowing the lawn or something like that. That's kind of pretty much the one that I'll listen to. So yeah, I don't know if I've done anyone other than that, but yeah. So So we're just cutting up. Hopefully I can get 8 out of this. So for both sides, what are we at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think we can do this. 7. Oh yeah, plenty. 8. All right. Yeah. Me and my dad used to paint miniature warhammers. I've never played, but love building. Oh, honestly, that's like, I mean, I've heard that so much too. It's like, do you play? No, I build miniatures, but do you play? No. That's totally cool too. Like, it's such a great hobby in and of itself that you don't have to. You don't have to. I mean, painting tiny little things is weirdly weirdly and horribly annoying, rewarding, probably all of the above. I'm just texturing the ends here, just kind of rough up the edges before we glue them on. Alright, just roughing them up a little bit, all 8 of them. Yeah, we're finicky, but it's gonna pay off, my friends. All this hard work, and we're gonna have a full-blown pirate ship. I think it's going to be sweet. Actually, fun fact, the first game of D&D that I ever played, we got on a ship. So maybe this is it. Maybe this is telling me something. Alright, so we're just gonna, I'm gonna angle them a little bit out, but I'm worried that that's gonna be weak. Do they have like little like draw holes or something like that we could punch in and throw a rope? Would that be crazy? How crazy is that? I don't know. I'm trying to weigh out time and effort. If we pop 2 holes, we grab some, let's see, what do we got? We got some twine somewhere? Yeah, grab some twine and then twined in little supports there. I don't know. Okay, well, let's just take a look here. Let's take a look. Alright, so we got a piece of this. We're just we're taking some dollar store twine and just undoing it. My grandpa collected toy soldiers. I made them from clay from. Oh, that's amazing. Pretty much just a block that slightly resembles a still the slate on it. With his high dollar. That's so sweet. That is probably the sweetest story I've ever heard. Toothpicks on either side holding them up. Oh. Oh. Okay, so you're saying toothpicks. Sorry for blocking the view here for a hot minute. So you're saying toothpicks. And let's the clippers. They're usually propped up with poles. Oh, okay, there you go. They're not ropes. Forget the ropes. What are we doing with ropes? That's crazy. Crazy. And we're just gonna prop them up with a pole. I like it. Probably should use my not fancy, unfancy ones. These ones have finesse. Let's just see what I got in here. Oh, got a bunch of skewers. So, nice. Alright, we can get 2 out of those. Alright, let's see here. So, we glue it on like that, and then we prop up with a pole. What do you think, 1 pole works? How high does a pole go? Well, we're doing it now. Okay, so let's put a little strip of glue. Probably like that, huh? What do we think? We could probably even stick the toothpick in. So use the sharp end and just kind of poke it into the shutter, or sorry, into the hull, and then clip it right about there. Oopsie. And then just, all right. There we go. I'm digging it. Yeah. Okay. So let's just glue that on. There we go. And we've got our little shutter holes for our cannons. I like it. Thank you so much for everyone's input on that one. Okay, so quick question from Awkward Geo. I just started a hobby. Should I wait to get a hot wire table or just go for it? I will tell you to just go for it. If you have, if you can't afford it, it's okay. Don't do something financially that you can't do. But it's going to be, if you're getting into this, it's gonna be a tool you use freaking constantly. So if you're serious about the hobby, yeah, the faster you get it, the more fun you're gonna have. I built like 3 builds before I got mine, and then I was like, I got it. I have to. It's amazing for like when you want to mill out parts or like doing like this was nothing. Cutting this thin was nothing. You just go along, and this would have been a nightmare to make if I didn't have the Proxon to slice all these boards down. It'd be a nightmare. So yeah, I'm always. But that's just me because I love this hobby. So again, whatever your situation allows. But yes, I'll stop talking now. All right, so we're gluing on the portholes. We're adding some fun details. It's really people are asking, are you gonna add windows? Are you gonna add, da 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 da? And it's like, oh yeah, I know and I get the reason. You're like, hey, please add something because it looks kind of like what? But what is the first mini you built? Great question. I have no issues with the fun, so I guess I'll get mine soon. Thanks. Do you have a rec? Okay, so a recommendation for the hot wire? Absolutely, I do. I've checked reviews on other ones, and I've heard horror stories. Every single person that I know that does miniature building like this, it is the Proxon Thermocut, and it's so accepted in the industry that people like Dungeons by Hand or Shifting Lands, which I just got my Shifting Lands Proxon cutter, super cool, and a bunch of other stuff. Love Gerard over at Shifting Lands just got this to me, and this is for my Proxon, and he also got me some pillar jigs and some arch jigs, so a lot of great stuff. But anyway, it's built specifically for Proxons. Everyone builds these things for Proxons. So, I won't say it enough. Proxon Thermocut is the tool to get. And I got mine off of Amazon. I live in Canada, so for some weird reason, it was like just more expensive. I believe a Proxon was like $150 for Americans. I'm Canadian, and for some reason it cost me, it hurts to say, like $300, which is like too much. But I did it because I still don't regret it at that price point, because I have it. So, anywho, those are the suggestions I would make for that. Ooh, oopsie daisies. You stay there. All right, I'm really liking these shutters. These are fun little guys. All right. Oh, sorry, Matt. I missed. Like a car head, it doesn't entirely block the whole angle. I'm not sure how it would look. Tabletop level. If you offer a negative, I can offer a negative review for the hot wire foam factory stuff. They're just not as good. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Just getting caught up on some messages. Yeah. Exactly. So they're just Proxon is it's where it's at. All right, we're getting our last little shutter on the hole here. Grab a toothpick. Yeah, visibility is going to be lower on this thing, but I kind of like the way it looks and stuff, and whatever. It's a mystery whether the cannons are out or not. You'll be able to see them from the inside anyways, so once you pop the top off, you'll be able to see. So let's get that right up in there. There we go. Bum, bum, bum. So let's pop this up, because you can still see the cannons, and the cannons poking out there. That's still super fun. You can even kind of just see the little edge there of them poking out, depends on how far. They're clear, so they'll come through better when they're painted, but I print everything in clear. All right, let's pop this over. And those are pretty secure, If I wanted to add a second one, I definitely could, but yeah. Sun's out, guns out. Oh gosh. Alright, so let's start getting these on here. Alright. Fun with strings. The tip on those ones over there. Not pretty flat. Yeah, a little down. Yeah, sure. All right. There we go. Do I have any cool Easter eggs hidden around the ship? Great question. Now, I guess I can only answer that with yes or no. I'm not totally sure yet, though, so let's just say maybe. And keep you wondering. Move my hot wire thing over there so I don't burn anything. But, there we go. I hate when I get glue stuck to my thumb. My thumb, I need to... It's turned into a hot mess of cables here. Oopsie daisies. There we go. That's what always happens when you have too many cables everywhere. It's kind of missing the dramatic score in the background. I know. Sorry, guys. I'm live streaming on YouTube right now, so I'm not allowed music, or they'll copyright ding me. So unfortunately, it has to be commentary by yours truly. And like I said, I could hum some tunes for you, or ba-da-bum bum ba-da-bum bum. But unfortunately, that is where we're gonna do it. TikTok, on the other hand, no tickety boo hoorah, can have whatever going on in the background. But unfortunately, if you're missing any of this, we've already got, if you've missed previous live streams, you can get caught up with what has been done. You can also view this live stream on TikTok right now. But yeah, that is the situation we are in. Again, don't know what that was. And there we go. I want to try something like, everyone's like, the hot glue strings are the worst. I want to use them for something new. It's coming along pretty good, mate. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. Quite inspirational. Enjoy seeing what you're building next. Thanks so much. Sidetracked. I'm excited. I'm already excited for the next build because I have it I had it in my mind when I started this ship. I didn't even have anything in mind for this ship. I had the other thing in mind, but we were going to do a ship, so we did a ship, and I still have that in mind, and this one is completely wung. Winged? Wunged? I always say that. It's completely wunged. Some people use hawk loose strings as spider. That's exactly what I was going to say. I was going to say spider webs. I want to do something with spider webs. Everyone talks about like how annoying the strings are using for spider webs. And I haven't built anything, but maybe it'd be cool to do like the entrance to a spider cave, and then you have it like, or like a dead tree with like a stone against it. So a stone fell over onto like this tree, and this gnarled dead tree, and then it's all covered in like spiderweb stuff, and then that's where you enter. That's cool. I just came up with that. I mean, it's pretty basic, but I like that idea. Sounds fun. Alright, let's get rid of our extra toothpicks. Throw them over there in the toothpick bin. Alright, what are we looking at here? We've got our porthole covers. We've got our interiors. Now these aren't covered in wood, so we might have to figure something out for these hull pieces here. I'm not totally sure. Last time we got stairs in, that's what those are. And I was going to use these as the port covers, but they're too small. So we're just going to get rid of them. So I got to figure out a way to cover these in wood texture. And I wanted them with the paper because they're structurally good. That's good structure there. But yeah, let's see. So had some ideas. We could just like panel it. So I don't know. I'm gonna try and make a bow. Oh, here, let's grab some. Do I have? Oh, sorry, it's up here. I have my little piece of wood stuff. But let's see how wide. Oops, sorry for the shake. How wide are these? So what we could do is actually cut a strip. Okay, I'm going to just gonna buck up a piece here, square it off so that we can use it for this stuff here. So just 1 second as I'm just running it on the Proxon here. And how wide is that piece? So where's my ruler? That a little guy I like to use. I don't know where he went. Oh, here he is. And I'm just throwing him around. And just taking everything out. I need a larger crafter area. Okay, so how wide is that? Let's see, did we do it in inches? It's like a 5/8 or something like that. All right. So that's what I'm going to use for the Proxon here. Okay, so I'm going to take this chunk and we're going to slice it down to that. So you'll see what I'm doing here in a second. Alright. Oh, just getting caught up. How goes the crafting? Crafting is going great. Hey, Nate. Hello. How you guys doing? We are just working on trying to get this covered up, these interior things. So what this is going to do is, it's the same thickness as that. And what I'm going to do is, same technique with the wood. Going to just texture the one side here. There we go. Just like that. There we go. And then once that's all good, I throw some knots in this one. we're going to cut a thin slice of it. So I'm going to set my Proxon to something nice and thin. Not crazy thin, but thin. And we're just going to cut it right down using my shifting lands Proxon cutter. It is super nice. And then we're going to get a strip like this. Now, let's swap this out here. Now you can see here, let's bring that exposure down a bit. Sorry about the jiggle. And we're going to take all these cannons out, I guess. So many cannons. And I think the styrofoam is enough to bend, so we can kind of get a nice, like, little bit of a warp out of it to nicely flash. Is that what it's called? I'm not totally sure. Or veneer. Anyway, we're gonna stick that on there, and we're just gonna cut that at that angle. Now this is gonna require probably a lot of it because we have to do both sides. So fun, fun, fun. But I think it's gonna be good. So we can just like kind of just give it a little bit of a warp. It's a little bit malleable, right? So let's grab that. And just stick that right on there. And we have our wood. And we just tuck that in. Excellent. So, and honestly, I think I could probably just like straight up just glue it right the flip in and then cut it off. So let's just put some glue on that. And there we go. Dun 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 dun. And then nice long blade, snip, snap, boom. And once we paint it all brown, nobody is the Pfizer. And we could even go a step further and cap this edge, which unfortunately it looks like I'm gonna do because I can't help myself. I have to. It's something I gotta do. Alright. So let's just start gluing on. We can always shave it down afterwards. Throw on a little hot glue, swish it around, and then get that in there. A little bend in there. So we're just covering up, and we'll let that go. We'll let that dry. We'll shave that down. But again, we're gonna have to grab this piece here and do some more wood texturing here. This is so satisfying. Oh, thanks. I try to say your name, Kari. Did I get it right? Thank you so much. Appreciate it. It's gonna be satisfying once it is like painting time. That's when I get the most satisfaction. Because right now I see it and I see styrofoam, but when you start painting it, I start seeing wood and metal and all the different materials, stucco, and yeah, it's rewarding. It's like Kari the movie. Or Carrie. Shoot, I haven't seen that movie. I'm so sorry. Hi, Tressa. I'm just gonna stop with the names. Hi to the person that's hi. And thanks for the follow, Carrie. I wish I knew better. I appreciate it, and appreciate your patience with your name. Horrible at it. Alright, so we're just gonna just shave this a little bit because it didn't get the full warp I was going for. But you know what? Yeah, let's give it to me. You said it right, Tressa. Okay, sweet. I got one right. I'm just going to go along, do this face, and I'll flip it around, do the other face, because it's a little hard to see. Yep. All right. Okay. Take that wood base in there. We're just veneering. And you know, hindsight, flipping 2020. Should have probably textured these pieces and not left the wood on them or made them a little bit more chunky or whatever. But hey, here we are. And that's the beauty of foam. You just make it work. LOL, like, Carrie. Okay, Carrie. Got it. Got it. Carrie. Appreciate the phonics in there. Really do. Well, hi, Carrie. It's time for me to take my leave. Have a nice day. Hey, thanks so much for coming, Awkward Geo. Appreciate the questions and coming on. All right. And, you know, just looking at this, I probably should panel this backside too, huh? Yeah, I'm thinking. I'm gonna have to do that. There we go. Hello, user 80. Alright. Let's get this guy on there. We're going to need another shirt. Oh, that one has a bum end. There we go. Yeah. Check in. I'm also on YouTube, so if you've missed any of my other lives on me building this, go ahead and check them out on there. You can also get this if you're coming in late. It will be up on my YouTubes, along with all my other tutorials and all my other content that you want. All kinds of good stuff in there. So, you're going to give it a rickety captain's wheel? Absolutely. Now, I'm wondering whether I should 3D print something like that, or whether I can make it myself out of, well, beads seem to be the running usefulness thing. So we shall see. We shall see what we shall see. But yes, it's definitely going to have one. And or maybe I could carve one out of foam. That would be pretty small to get on the foam. But, you know, we have made some tiny things, so we shall see. But absolutely going to have a captain's wheel. She's going to be rickety. So we're just making a little bit more wood to keep covering here. I believe in you. Thank you so much, Harrison. Just saw your last TikTok, and your wife is gorgeous. I know, right? She is beautiful, and I have no idea how she wound up with a total nerd for a husband, but she did. And I don't ask questions. I don't ask questions. When you get that lucky, you can't afford to. You could try using the paper middles from the Q-tips and add paper. Oh, okay. Interesting. I could use toothpicks too. Could use toothpicks to do kind of the spindle work. That's what I was thinking. For the nubs, I could use the beads or something like that. Those are good suggestions, and I always appreciate good suggestions because, or just suggestions at all. I mean, every suggestion is good. Well, mostly. You guys are really good. Because even if it doesn't give me the final idea, it at least jogs my imagination on, you know, thinking outside of what I typically do. So, you're the expert. I'm really not, honestly. I don't know how you become an expert at miniature stuff because it's a constant learning game, and you can get ideas and craft like ideas and things from anywhere. You know, it's a rare hobby. Like, I don't know. I mean, it's probably similar to like I don't know, I'm trying to think, like music is like you hear a melody of like birds chirping or something, I don't know, you know, something that would spark you like that, but like, yeah. So, not, I wouldn't say expert, but I appreciate the sentiment behind it. Alright, we're getting places here. We're getting everything covered up in wood. So much wood. This is so much, like, this is the largest amount of wood I've ever had in a build. It's crazy. As it should, I guess. It is a ship, right? So, kind of makes sense. There we go. Turn that down a little bit. Hello, evening, Dean. How you doing? Alright, so we're gonna continue on and with oops, sorry about that. Got you on a different stand today. And we're just gonna texture this up. Just like that. So this is my technique for making wood texture. And this is what I use for shingles and beams and literally all of it. So then take it over to the Proxon, and we're just going to thin slice this sucker on my Shifting Lands Proxon Guide 2.0. So pretty cool. Alright. I just realized that this styrofoam, it could float. Yes, people, that has been mentioned, that this could possibly float, but I don't think I'm going to try. Because, one, in what scenario are you playing Dungeons and Dragons? In a bathtub? I mean, or in a pool? I don't know. I mean, you'd be getting hardcore with it if you were. But also, no, there's too much effort went into this sucker. But fun thought, definitely fun thought. The flat bottom would make it flip. Yeah, probably. Who knows? But we're not going to find out. Maybe on a smaller version, that would be a fun video to make, you know. I would make a little, maybe like a long ship, a Viking long ship, and then we'd test it out, its buoyancy. But not on this guy. Not on the tallest ship of war we've got. I think just imagine bathtub D&D. Oh my gosh, right? I don't know. I had thought about it with this kind of stuff. I was like, that's too much theming. You know, like you get dressed up, you try to like create kind of like an environment or whatever, but D&D in a pool, pirate themed? I mean, it could be a thing. I'll wait for Joe Manganiello to do it. Oop, trimmed him a little short. That's fine. Zip, zap, zooey. Game. Oh, you discovered the flat bottom would make it flip. Interesting. Well, then we will not be doing that. Woo! Alright, more texturing. It's going to take a lot of wood. We're just doing the one side. We got to do the other two. But we're making good progress. We're having fun. We're chit-chatting. Gone, man. We're recording the whole thing so we can put together a full video about making the ship at the end. We've got this live streaming on YouTube in case you missed anything. It's good times. It's good times. Alright. Again, we're just going to quickly slice this over here on the Proxon. Real quick and easy, like the building of a ship. I know, the music kind of thing is a bummer. I'm sorry I don't have epic music playing in the background now. What's the ship on the left? You mean this ship? Yeah. Playable interior. With working hinge. Pop, pop. I put it there so you can see. Fun, fun, fun. Great question, though. Alright. Let's get this hot glue going on in there. I'm just texturing these, I don't know what you call them, ribs, the rib of the ship. There we go. There we go. I get my hand. Thanks for the share. Oh, thanks for the follow. Is the ship for fun or is it part of the game? It is. Well, it will be a part of a game. I don't have a specific. Like, I'm not building this for, like, I need this for this campaign right now. But it's gonna be part of it. That's for sure. And there's all, like, oh man, I just build stuff and I almost let my builds sometimes tell me the adventure that they want to go on. I'll be like, I really want to build this piece. I bet I could build, or like make a campaign around it, or at least an encounter around it, or whatever, you know? So, it's definitely part of it. I don't know if there's anything ever underwater, though. Well, apparently underwater, like, people were asking me to build an underwater temple. So, I gotta assume that there's some underwater encounters that you can do, or something. Pirate under the sea? Under the sea. That's something. I don't know. Wherever your imagination took you. There we go. Alright. We're getting all these little tabs left over. We'll see how far this thing gets us. Keep rocking here. Gotta remember when it starts to look square which side you were slicing off of. It's a nice, quick, easy way to make sure that all your boards are always the same size. That's what I did for all those guys. And they're all a centimeter wide. The ones on the outside are a little bit, I think they're like, I don't know, 3/8. I'm not totally sure. Oh, thanks for the follow, Matthew. Appreciate it. Alright, we're just slicing over on the Proxon real quick. There we go. Let's glue that on. If you search Ether C on Spotify, what will I find? Or are you guys talking about something? I have no idea. I could be missing something entirely. I do that all the time. Jump into a conversation with absolutely no context. That's how we do. Yeah. I can't think of anything to build because I can't get thin pieces. Any ideas? Absolutely. So I'll show you one that I built with a knife. No Proxon. This is what I built. And you know what, to be fair, this is my first build. So those are toothpicks in there. No interior. But I'm using literally just like dollar store foam core. Drink. And then this is XPS foam, but pretty thick cuts here. And even the boards are just dollar store foam core. So yeah. If you can't get the thin slices, you still do stuff like this. Cereal box for shingles. So yeah, first build here, and all I had was a knife with the steel. This is even, you can see, steel brush texture. So you can see there. Yeah. So hopefully that'll give you some ideas. Actually, I've got a couple of these that are just all made without a epoxy, or like literally just a knife. Here's another fun one. So I wanted to build a house that looked like it had been patched together. So you can see just like extra on the side and up the front. And this is all just using a knife and dollar store foam core here. You can see in there, interiors. A little bit of XPS to do like kind of these bigger beams. But this, even the boards are just, yeah, dollar store stuff. So anyway, hopefully that helps you. Gives you some fun ideas. Oops, sorry about the wobble. Yep, yeah, there was a couple in there. As soon as you get me started talking about foam, the dollar store's coming up. There we go. Alright, we're doing pretty good. Let's flip. So far we've got all of the cannon hole covers on. Like that. We've got the windows into the captain's quarters in, and we are getting the all of the studs, or whatever you want to call them, ribbing done. I think you take a break from the game. I'm so sorry. You probably do. It's been quite aggressive. Just trim some of these off here. And you know what? I would probably use a smaller knife if I want to get at some of these here. There we go. Alright. Trim off some of these studs here. Whoops. Alright, let's get back to getting these on. Alright, so let's see if we can make this bend to our will. Hello, Christina. What do you use for the window borders? I use beads. So I use some of that like granny grid for, like, I don't know what, yarn craft stuff, and then for the gridded window pane, and then I used just some beads that I had found. So yeah, I thought they were a fun use for a decorative border, rather than, I shy away from 3D printing as much as I can. I don't know why. Not everyone has a 3D printer, and I like to make these crafts accessible. And I also think there's some creativity and some craft to, you know, making things from other things, not just printing them. But I mean, no shame for, well, no, I'm not saying anything against 3D. I mean, I have 2 3D printers. I love 3D printing, but that's just my preference. And my puppy is being needy. Needy little puppy. You're blocking the ship. Oh, sorry. I just had to get that far one glued on there. There's one there. Cool beads. Yeah, there's lots of beads. You can mess around with beads. I think beads are a great way to make, I don't know, you can do all kinds of things, like make little potion bottles or things, or little, I want to do like little rope tie-offs on the ship, or window decorations, or really anything. It is 6:20 in the morning in Estonia. Hi, Jasper. Wow, that's crazy. Appreciate you watching this early in the morning. Alright. Alright. It is, what is it, like 11 or something here? It is 11:22 here. Let's see if I hope I'm trying not to block the ship for you there. Get that in the right spot. And I like the bigger blades for bigger, cleaner cuts. There we go. All right. We are just texturing these ribs by just gluing on some wood texture. There we go. Oh, pity's sake. Too many cables. I need like a holster for my hot weapons. That. Never too early for crafting goods, yeah, and never too late. Just, it's crafting time. Gluing those into place. There we go. And this will look like wood once we get it rolled up. And we're just going to make some more wood here. Keep it nice and uneven. Slightly singe my fingy. It's all good. Yeah. So now you know the secret to making wood and how much texturing went into this build. Every single piece of wood has been textured by hand with that tool. Woo! Alright. Do you find utility a knife blade loses their edge rather quickly on foam? I do. I do definitely think that. That's why I have one of these bad boys, and at the dollar store you can get just a pile of blades, then you can load this sucker up, and then you just go like this, fully extend, pops out, drop back, grab another blade, boom. That's how you do it. And then I use my duller blades for things like scraping off 3D prints or whatever. I should probably start sharpening them or something like that, or resharpening them. But anyway, they're cheap, so that Fisker's knife is really great for that. Thanks, Mr. Cheesewise. Appreciate the follow. Yeah. Tuck that right in there. Get right in there. Oops, sorry about the tap. I know sometimes I block the camera. There's so many cameras around. Documenting the whole process. The whole thing. Alright, now we're kind of getting at these ones at this weird back angle here. It's going to be hard for you guys to see them, but it's just on the flippy flop, so I feel like that was a dad thing to say. The flip. Catch you on the flippity flop. Catch you on the flip. Catch you on the flippity flop. Isn't that from The Office? My puppy is whining at me. Yes, Sully, I can't pet you right now. You cannot sit on my lap. I'm crafting right now. Yeah. Sullivan. Silly Sullivan. My schnoodle is at my feet whining. Being a big old whiner. Looking woolly. You are getting right desperate for attention. I fed you, buddy. Alright, we got one side done. We're getting close with this. There we go. Oh, and I just got hot glue on the blade. That is the worst. Impressive. Well, the knife is impressive, yeah. My cat begs me to brush him with the wire brush when I start using it. Oh my goodness. Oh, your brush. I was like, hot wire foam on it. Oh, I guarantee it would not enjoy that. But yes, I see. Cat's very intrusive. I feel like cats in a crafting space is so much worse than just like a dog can't climb, so yeah. Alright. We're running thin here. I don't know how much I can get out of this, or whether it'll make it all the way, but I kind of doubt it, but we will try. I think I can probably get 3 more out of this. It always wants to be in the middle of everything. Yeah, exactly. Middle of everything. Alright. More hot glue, more hot glue, do so much hot glue. Half this thing is out of hot glue. Alright, let's see if we can bend this. Bend. Foam is flexible, so we're gonna bend it. And honestly, I don't know if that's how hulls work. Sorry if I'm blocking the camera there. You gotta make sure that gets on there, right? And my hat flipping around. Hello, Crimson. And I'll glue that in there. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? Well, it's evening for me, so I would say, like, how's everybody doing this evening? But apparently it is 6 in the morning in Esthesia. So we're coming from everywhere. Who are you? I am Nicholas. You can call me Nick. I am Fantasy Forge is the name of all my channels, and I am a miniature artist. What do you want to call it? Miniature D&D artist, or just miniature terrain builder. So chill out, bro. 8:30 p.m. here. Oh, okay, so there you go. So it is, yeah, evening for you. I'm getting on to more nighttime. But, alright, let's see how far we're getting here. And as far as the how question, I'm not sure how to answer that, other than by watching. So I've got YouTube explaining exactly how. I've got YouTube tutorials. I've got the rest of the lives on building this ship. And yeah. That was my dog. He makes all, he talks. He's very chatty. Next the products on. Are you doing a live on TikTok too? I am doing a live on TikTok. We are dual streaming here. TikTok, Estonia, sorry. Are you using an image? I am not using an image. I am freestyling here. And I have been, almost exclusively all my builds are freestyled. I wing all of my builds so far. I don't know, maybe planning would be better. I did plan out the library a bit more, but when I say plan out, I doodled my own idea and then just kind of winged it like from there. I like to let the creation process kind of guide me. Not how are you, and I has seen them all up to date. Oh, I see. Oh, how am I? I'm doing great. I'm crafting. We're making great progress on the ship. We're going to see some fantastic results. It's going to be fantastic. So yeah, I'm doing good. But how are all you lovely people doing? What are you enjoying the live? What would you like to see more of? I mean, I can only do so much because literally I'm just crafting, but I was thinking I could do like a live dedicated to just, you know, you guys asking me questions and things like that, or like showing off builds, setting up my whole town. I don't know, maybe like, I was thinking about taking you through an adventure, but I feel like that's kind of hard as there's no way for you to like, I don't know, be characters in it, but delightful. Intoxicated from the dollar store. Yes, okay, so the dollar store game is a real thing, so every time, it's off right now, you can't do it because I'm explaining it, but every time I mention the dollar store, you have to take a drink, because I say it so dang much, so if you're just looking for a quick way, but it is fun to make a game out of it, but that's what that's called, so it has resumed. Yeah, I am living. Oh, okay, sweet. You enjoy the, oh, it's amazing. Yeah, so people ask me questions all the time in here, so never deter you from just asking stuff in here. But I was thinking of doing more of like a poignant, because sometimes I miss questions because I'm crafting, or I try to stay on top of comments, and yeah, that kind of thing. I'm on YouTube, live on YouTube right now as well, which I'll be posting about it, so if you ever miss anything, I'm on there too, but always feel free to ask questions. Alright, this is getting really thin. I'm going to see. I don't think I can get 2 out of this anymore. I can get the 1 more, which is, oh my gosh, I'm going to have just enough. This is the greatest day ever. Exactly the size I needed to make it work. Alright, now again, this one's going to be a little bit kind of nipped and tucked under there. So, there we go. Tuck that in. There we go. Yeah, it's going to add some stability in there too, so. Alright. And we hack that off. There we go. And the last one, we're going to just put the glue right on. And sorry about this, I got to see what I'm doing down there. There we go. Got the trains going by. Alright. accent. Let's flip this around. There we go. All right. So let's trim this guy right off. I've already got hot glue on this blade, so she's just kind of shot. As soon as you get hot glue on your blade, it's done. But all right, so now let's see here. Is this going to be thick enough? We're gonna just edge each one. This one will go a lot quicker because it's 1 per 1. We'll fly around there, and then honestly, I'm not totally sure what else we're gonna do. It's gonna be fine details and things, so it will be fun. Now this is, I feel like I'm just trying to see. It's a lip. It's just a touch. It's a touch thick, so I'm going to trim it down on the old Proxxon. Alright. So we slimmed her a little bit. Let's see if we got it right here. That feels pretty good to me. So I'm going to make a little notch on the bottom here so I know which way is which. So I don't lose which side we measured. Alright, so now we're going to take our texturing and we're going to just run that all the way down. Texturing, this is going to be the end piece, so to cover up all of those bad edges in there. Make it look like one big piece of hull. There we go. And a couple of little knots. There we go. Now I'm going to go pop back onto the old Proxxon here. And the thin slice here. So now we're going to use this to start capping in. And any spot like that that's got too much, we're just going to shave down. There we go. Make sure all of these are up to snuff. And if we rough up the wood a little bit, it'll look good. Alright, there we go. Looking good. Thanks so much, Abby. It is kind of... Now, who's excited for Halloween? Huh? Who's excited? I know I'm very excited. It's one of my favorite holidays. I love the fall, and I love Halloween, and I love all things Halloween and spooky. So be sure I'm gonna do a build for the Halloween, for the Halloweening. All right. So Halloween isn't very big in Australia. What? What? Oh, bummer. Well, I'm sorry. I can't cancel my flight to Australia. I'm just kidding. We could make it a big thing out there. But that's a bummer. Halloween is great. Costumes and pumpkin spiced everything. I make a mean pumpkin pie. I love making pumpkin pie. I grew my own pumpkin pies to make my own pumpkin pie this year. So, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. Got my mom's secret crust recipe, and we're going to be making some delicious fully homemade pumpkin pie. I didn't grind the wheat, but I did grow the pumpkins, so. Do you have nothing bundt cakes in Canada? Nothing bundt cakes. I don't know. Hopefully somebody from Canada in the lives can help me out, but I don't know. They sound fun. Cakes sound fun. So this is going pretty quick. We're just edging the beans. They make an amazing pumpkin spice bun cake. Ooh, flip. That sounds good. Pumpkin spiced anything sounds good. But that sounds delicious. I feel like I've heard of bun cake. Halloween rocks. Sorry, I'm just kidding. Thank you for the live stream. Hoping to catch the next one. Good night. Oh, bye, Lisa. I'm probably late to the draw on that one. I also recommend Parent Tax on Income Halloween loot. Nice. I'm from Canada. Never heard of it. Okay. So Dean over on YouTube says he's never heard of bun cake in Canada. So I don't know if it might not be a thing here. It's very common in Canada. Okay, so we're getting different reads all over the place here. So Clevin is telling us that it is very common. Oh, I'm very sorry. I haven't heard about it. Dean hasn't heard about it. So a couple of us are clearly missing the wagon on this bundt cake. How sad. I know. How sad is that? Very sad. But apparently it's a thing. Well, Clevin says it's a thing. I'm going to get Clevin to send me some. I'm going to get him to send me some pumpkin spiced bundt cake. What are you going to build if the ships are done? Well, when I finish this ship, what am I going to build? Great question. I've got my giant list of things to make that you guys help me compile. But I do have one in mind that I've been thinking about before this one, and it's the ruined temple. Now, I'm not saying that's what I'm going to do because I got some things that might come up for me to build that would also be really cool. I'm waiting on some stuff, but yeah, that's definitely on my radar as one I've been thinking about. Last I was just thinking about how bad I needed to see one of your lives. Oh, Tess, appreciate that. Well, welcome to the live. We're just gluing on some end pieces here to our little thing, and you know what? This one strip is taken. It's probably going to get to me to almost half of it. So if I make one more, it should be pretty good. There we go. We can get one more of this. Nicely case all of these studs. There we go. This is my first time building a ship, so I have no idea. What hobby do you think you would have picked up if your wife didn't suggest to play? So there's some hobbies that are already on my radar that I want to do. I love, if you haven't seen the hobbies that I'm into a lot of hobbies. I like hobbies. I like creating stuff. So pottery is extremely. I have a kiln already. I have a kiln, which I feel like is the craziest thing to get your hands on. But I want a pottery wheel, and my wonderful in-laws tape the Great Pottery Throwdown for me, and I so appreciate that. I love them, and they tape it for me, and it just inspires me every time. But even before that, when I was just a teenager, my dad took me to pottery lessons. He got something special for us, and I had such a great time doing it there. And then my wonderful, beautiful wife got him for me, pottery lessons, one-time pottery lesson thing together, did like a ghost night, and that was so much fun. So I really want to do pottery myself, and got my hands on just like a little personalized kiln for free. Knew somebody that had it in their barn, yeah, so that's what I really want to do. Bro, it's late. It is late. It's very late. It's 11:45. Oh, what do we got? What? Maybe east-west difference. Maybe you should build Howl's Moving Castle. That would be a challenge. That would be really a challenge. And you know what? It's been done before. So, like, one of the things with these, I don't necessarily really like to do builds that are, you know, it has to look a certain way. I like the freedom that doing the creative stuff, just making it up, allows me. So I'm not sure. I do get that one, Howl's Moving Castle, a bunch. I did the Weasley's Burrow, but that was fun in a sort of way because I could make it kind of in my style. But Howl's Moving Castle, if I was to make it to the scale at which I do my stuff, it would be astronomical. And I'm just not ready to do about that big yet. But that is a cool idea for sure. Pottery Throwdown sounds like an anger management show. The Great Pottery Throwdown. Well, pottery, when you do pottery, it's actually called throwing. When you use a wheel, you throw on a wheel. And then there's slab pottery, which is when you like roll out the clay. So I've done a bunch of slab on my own because I can roll out. But is this a Viking ship? It is not. It is not a Viking ship. It is a pirate ship. It's a tall ship. It's got the kind of European medieval vibe. Pirates. Yeah, I mean, eventually, whoa, that came off. Eventually, doing a Viking longship. I love Viking lore, and so I would definitely want to do that sometime. But this is just a tall ship. There were cannons. Yeah, cannons on a Viking ship would be fun. Go. We're making good progress here. This thing is coming along. Here comes the boy. Bro, what got you smiling like that? Killer eyes. Was the reference to cube? I'm not sure. What is cube? So probably not. Are you working from a reference photo? I am not. I am making it up. Yeah, I don't think this is anywhere near what a ship should actually be, but it looks cool. I think so. That's what we go by. Yeah. So no idea. But no, there is no photo. I did a dirty sketch of basically, I mean, everyone's first idea of a ship, but I haven't looked at it since drawing it, so yeah, no. I like doing builds. It's fun. You never know what might happen. Oh, Alexis there. Oh, no, come on. There we go. Alright, let me snip that. Whoops. There we go. Make sure that it gets all over there. I think I'm going to need to do just a little bit. I don't need a full strip, I just need to do 2 little bits more. It does look cool. You've done a lot of work on it since I last seen it in real life. Oh! Thanks, yeah. All the lives are on YouTube if you wanna, if you've missed anything, but thanks. Yeah, we're making some good strides here. All right. Is this not the piece? Where are you? Is this the piece here? This is the piece here. All right, we're gonna texture just a little bit of the end on this one. There we go. I think that's probably all I'm gonna need. I don't have to go for the full bit. And it's already pretty thin, so I don't think I need to cut it again, but I will, just to be safe. And hopefully I have enough. Yeah, we have enough. All right. There we go. How many hours into the build are we so far? Oh boy. Again, I lose track. We've been at it for 2 hours now, so I'm really happy with that progress, but I feel like we're probably 50 hours into this guy. Maybe less. But it's definitely, I don't know, what, 20 hours? Maybe? I have no concept of time. I'm very sorry. It's very hard for me to keep track of time, even on a regular basis. But hey, look at that. We have now got all of our studs covered up to look like wood. So now we can hide them. Yay! And then throw our masts back on. Dun, dun. So that's pretty cool. We've got our cans. So far we got our cannons on, and our little shutter holes for the cannons, and we got our little back windows put in, and more cannons on this side. Then we also got underneath here, we've got the entire thing sided on all those pieces. So that, I feel like, is some good progress. And that is just coming up almost to a T for 2 hours on this live stream. So that's how long we've been doing it for. Now, it's going to be fun when we start doing all of the ropey things and doing like little bead tie-offs, and I'm going to have to think about how we want to do it. We're going to get the little wheel there, and what we want to do for like sails and stuff like that. If you missed the other day, though, I made this guy. So this was a fun little, this was a day build. So I built this all just yesterday evening. I needed to take a break from the ship, and made just a quick little thing, and it glows. So crazy wiring in the back, but it's just hot glue there with some color shift, and it definitely shows through when the lights are dim. So we can kill a few lights here just to see if it'll show up a little bit, and you can kind of see it there. If I block the light, it's got like a fun little so yeah, so that's what we were doing yesterday. A couple of random little one-off, but I really like how it came out. But 50, yeah, honestly, it's hard for me to tell, but Oh yeah, you can kind of see it there, the glow, fun little glow. Yeah, guys, this has been sweet. I think this is a good place to call it. We've made some great progress, and we're gonna be just doing like sales and final details on this guy, and you know, making a couple of hammocks for our pirates to hang out in the hull, carry some cargo, fill it up with barrels and crates. Probably gonna have to make some barrels and crates, so that'll be fun. And then yeah. So anywho, great progress on this. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Check out my YouTube if you'd like any tutorials on how to make all this stuff. I'm putting together a video for this. We've got new videos coming out all the time, and yeah, so check me out on the YouTube. If you're watching from my YouTube, though, thanks for watching on my YouTube. I'm also on TikTok and Instagram, website, all the social jazz, and Discord. So thanks so much for watching, guys, and as always, keep on crafting. Bye.